Sydney, New South Wales holds the most stupendous birthday party in the history of Australia, and from all over the world come representatives of the nations to honour the Commonwealth in the celebration of the 150th anniversary of the foundation of the country. Now, out of a golden mist of summer, 4 great grey warships are looming. The American cruiser squadron enters Sydney Heads. The Trenton, the Memphis, the Louisville, the Milwaukee represent a great gesture of friendship by the people of the United States to the nation at the other side of the Pacific. The American squadron joins French, Dutch, Italian, New Zealand ships of war, which have also gathered in Sydney's historic harbour to express their people's goodwill to Australia in her 150th year. And, as the world is today, it is fitting that the stronger union of English-speaking peoples should be signified in such an impressive manner. White uniformed sailors of the United States stand to attention, honouring the shining city which in a century and a half has risen from a southern wilderness. Now out of the sky comes a squadron of flying boats. They have winged their way from England, couriers carrying the affectionate greetings of Britain to Australia. One by one they drop down out of the sky. Their gleaming hulls kiss the waters which, 150 years ago, were carved by the keels of the little wooden ships of the First Fleet, which brought Governor Phillip and the first colonists to Australia. So short a span in the world's history, but nothing can stress so sharply the progress of civilization as the huge aircraft, which today the motherland uses to carry her swift message to her great dominion overseas. The day arrives, the 26th of January. Governor Phillip's little sloop Supply is in Sydney Cove. With perfect detail, historical accuracy, we see reenacted the landing of the white invaders. Lieutenant Ball, Lieutenant Dawes are rowed ashore with their detachment of Marines. Muskets are loaded, but the redcoats are ordered not to fire unless attacked by the Indians. Dauntlessly the Marines advance against whatever menace the mysterious new land may hold. The puzzled Aborigines fall back from the line of skirmishers, so strangely garbed, so strangely armed. All clear ashore. Safe for the Commodore to land. Brawny jack tars strain at the oars. Ferry Captain Arthur Phillip to the sandspit. The Governor sets foot on the shores of Sydney Cove. History is made.
I see you had no difficulty in finding the spot I told you to land at.
Oh, no difficulty at all, sir. Those chopped trees bore evidence your men were busy during your visit a few days ago.
Yes, I was so impressed with the advantages of this cove that I commenced clearing immediately. This rivulet will provide us with fine water, and a distinct advantage is the depth of water close to the foreshore, which will save us much work in building jetties.
We saw a score or so of Indians when we landed, sir.
Yes, I see they're still over there. Let us go and make our peace with them.
Backed by his redcoats, Phillip greets the grizzled leader of the tribe of blacks. Observing their puzzlement at the appearance, the bearing of the white men, he endeavours to win their friendship. He throws gifts at the feet of the timid natives.
Come along, me hearties, gather round here.
George III, by the grace of God, King of Great Britain, France and Ireland, Defender of the Faith, to our trusty and well-beloved Arthur Phillip, Esquire. We, reposing a special trust and confidence in the prudence, courage and loyalty of you, the said Arthur Phillip, of our especial grace, have thought fit to constitute and appoint you to be our Captain General and Governor-in-Chief in and over our territory called New South Wales, extending from the northern cape or extremity of the coast, called Cape York, in latitude 10 degrees 37 minutes, to the southern extremity, in latitude 43 degrees 39 minutes south.
I wish to take this opportunity, now that we are all assembled in this new land, to acknowledge with thanks and humility our debt to Providence for permitting the long voyage from the homeland to be accomplished without the loss of a single vessel or the occurrence of any accident of a major character. This cove where our fleet is anchored, I intend to name Sydney Cove, in honor of Viscount Sydney, Secretary of State for the Colonies. The cove and the stream by which our settlement is being established, together with the fertile appearance of our surroundings, satisfy our most sanguine hopes. Even the blue of the harbour waters and the skies overhead encourage the brightest hopes for the future.
Minnesota, your pilot! Present your pilot!
Drink the health of His Majesty King George III, the Queen, the Prince of Wales, and success to the new colony.
Prepare for your pilot! Order your pilot! Rest your pilot!
An amen! Huzzah! Huzzah! Huzzah!
And so, New South Wales is born. Australia's march to nationhood. The original Australians, the Aborigines. The white man arrived, Governor Phillip and his officers. Sydney's first post office. In this float, tribute is paid to motherhood. Governor Macquarie, remembered today as the great bridge builder. Bradfield came lots later. Representation of the coal mining industry. Australia's first train. It ran from Redfern to Parramatta, today a suburban trip. Kapai to Maori. New Zealand, sister dominion, gives a glimpse of her history. The first steam tram and the eternal feminine. First ferry ever to ply on Sydney Harbour. MacArthur, importer to his Elizabeth farm of the first merino sheep. America's graceful tribute, a rose float from Pasadena, California. Typifying the outdoor life of the Australian, the surfer's float. And a surfboat crew battles against the sea. More water, the tank stream, Sydney's first water supply, on the banks of which the city was built. The tank, hello, what's this? Added decoration to a float. No, sir, the Boy Scout doesn't officially recognize you. But don't let that worry you. The police force will. Don't argue. Even if you did feel tired, 1 million people really didn't want to see you that way. Back to the water wagon, the float of the water ball. Undergraduates act as ushers to the representation of education. Saying it to music. The birds of Australia, And so the great pageant, witnessed by 1 million people, comes to its triumphant conclusion.